So, a couple of years later, and you know, with a bit, just a tiny bit better camera used, I'm gonna review this mod for the Warthog stick, the FSSB R3. And yeah, so this setup contains of the mod from Real Simulator and the stick from Warthog, from Trustmaster. It's a Warthog stick from Trustmaster. So the setup itself, I've used it for more than 3 years. It's never failed on me, and it's performing as good as new still. But there's a big but, because the as I mentioned in the earlier video, there's a problem with the stick being low quality in the metal used. So the metal used and the base here, you can see the pole going up through and is attached to the stick via like screws. These are low quality screws, and the fixation inside the stick is, you know, pretty bad. So with a force sensing mod used, it can't really hold the stick in place, and the screws get loose and you get a tiny wiggle in time. So what I use is a Lego brick, and that's just a normal Lego brick size, but it has nails here on the side. So you use that, you find that, and you put on like a flat, thin Lego brick in this size. So I'm going to show you. So this size, and you put this on the male on the side, and you make it like so, and you press it in on the sides. That creates a collar which releases the pressure on like the attachment inside the stick, but will force the setup to have the pressure on this surface. So that's the main idea. So with that, it becomes a really reliable and accurate and amazing setup. So that's it. So the stick, the buttons and everything on the stick from Trustmaster is as good as you would expect, but the attachment inside is crap. It's a low quality metal used and low quality screws, and the attachment inside the stick is badly, you know, engineered, or the idea is not great. But so with this setup, it's functioning very good. So with a standing camera, I'm gonna now show you the movement. So when you use force on this stick, it will move physically a tiny bit. So you can see like it moves backwards and forward. So this is the y-axis and this is the x-axis, and you can sense the movement. History behind that is, to my knowledge, is that when this was like engineered and tested out by the test pilots, it initially didn't have a movement at all. It was like really fixed. and the test pilots complained that they could not, you know, sense what they were doing, like on the stick. So they like really pushed the engineers to give them like physical movement on the stick. I guess it's more, and it's like, you know, loaded, so you probably sense it more physically in the real thing. But at least here you have physical movement translated to like the force applied is actually making physical movement on the stick. So with that said, the setup is extremely accurate. The resolution going to Windows is enormous. I can write letters just by, like, you know, manipulating this. I can write A, and you know, you see that in the software review of the stick. So yeah, so this is the mod from Real Simulator, and this is the stick from Trustmaster. I don't obviously get a dime from either one of the companies, but I guess like it really deserves a review, this mod from Real Simulator. And if you have the money, I know it's much, but if you have it and are really into, you know, simulation flying, and really want to try out and think you can appreciate force sensing mod, I mean, this is the way to go. So, and I hear they have a new product which has, I don't know, lighting or something. I don't know. So that's it, really. You have a better view of the setup and how it's functioning, really. I wish I had this kind of video before I bought it, but addition to this, Real Simulator company has like 3 or 4 videos on their website showing you how to set it up and how to program it and how to, you know, I even think they have a video of the physical movement as well. So that you can take from their site, and this is just like a user's review. And yeah, more than 3 years and perfectly functioning still. And I use this for like not only Falcon and the F-16, and obviously DCS has released the F-16, so you can use it in DCS, no problem at all. It's just normal X and Y, and all the inputs is just DX. I use on DX only, DirectX only, no software, and use just a driver that comes from Real Simulator. You can check their website. They have a bunch of drivers for different button layouts and yada yada yada. So yeah, and I think it deserves this some light, you know, because it's quality for once for the sim community. I really appreciate that. A company that really makes quality stuff, you know, in relation to other companies. So that's it. Clear skies.